I didn't realize it got this bad at Ruckus, and I got my floor mats out, and I can tell I need to add another coat of that stuff, but look at this shit. Yeah.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running.
Look at here, guys. Jangalang got a door. Jangalang got the door, baby. So, there's adjustments that have to be made. Yeah, that one's too small. I got to move this out of here because the door is closing too far in. That ought to be good enough. They shouldn't be super tight if you got an impact. The door is bare. I'll tell you that off the rip, because the first and foremost thing was to get it on and then make sure that it closed. And that's what we're fighting now is, yes, it closes, but it's closing in too far. So when you push the button in to pop it, it kind of like, or to open it, just kind of pops. But yeah, it don't look bad on there. I've been here at Billy's for about an hour, but we were just getting the door ready to put on, and stupid old Jerry didn't film. I didn't film nothing, so it is what it is. But we're going to try to get a little bit more done, and then I got to test fit my door panel, which I'm nervous because we didn't have the Jeep here to line it up. We just kind of lined it up on the door skin where the factory panel went. So we own it now. I got the door panel on, did a test fit, and it gently, just barely rubbed right there. But I realized I can lift it up quite a bit. So I think if I lift it up and bolt it down, it's gonna be good. But the door is shutting and everything, so it's all good. I got all that hooked back up in there. Got all my wires ran in here. So I basically got to get the door panel fitting, which it does. But right now, I need to pull it off. Did I? No, I left the nut up here. I need to pull it off and put my window motor and window and all that stuff in. And then, like I said, when I put the door panel on, I got to lift lift it up in the front, and it should clear just fine. Set this down here. That looks perfect. You can see a little spot here where it rubbed, and it looked like it just rubbed the thickness of the paint there. Everything else, you ain't got to see that. That's on the bottom. Jerry gives no shits. It still looked good. And I had 1, 2, 3, and I put the 4th in up here. So right now, I think I'm gonna try to get my power window stuff in. That window. And my door popper, which if I remember correctly, it bolted in here. So let me see, you know, I even got my thing on there still. So yeah, it'll go, you get in there, you get, so it'll go something like this. But now it's gonna be a challenge. I'm gonna have to mark these holes here and drill through this Vibr Flex, which that's hard as shit. So it should drill right through. Maybe even hold the screw a little better, who knows, but I'll be back. So here's what I got, guys. So I got the door popper bolted in. I do have to hook it up in here. I got the window in. Here's my power window motor wires. Here's power window motor wires. Here's door popper wire. Here is, that goes to there, to my door lock and unlock. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're good. I'm not sure. I do know the window rolled up and down because I've been using a drill to do that. So, I mean, I got everything in. I think it'll drive home and I'll have a door. And this here actually goes to the push button and my door panel here. Like that's what hooks it up. So I had to get longer screws to go in my door actuator, but it's no problem. So far, I think we're doing good, guys. I really do. Not sure how this I find alarming. I do. I mean, I guess that's how it was in the other door too. 'Cause I know my horn motor goes in here, which I don't have none of them with me. They're all at home. 'Cause I really didn't plan on doing that today anyway. I just planned on getting this done. I think I might have a base head Sunday where I go home this evening and I pull that door panel off. And from that point, I will take that to Dustin's tomorrow and reinforce it and shave them damn tweeters. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. So I clean my ground with a wire brush. We got the ground for the door popper right there. I got to connect this motor to that one, and that'll make the door popper work. Then I'll get some power window. Yeah, the power windows will be easy. Which this here relatively can be easy. If worst case scenario, I can just use a butt connector on this. I did learn, since everything's just breaking off here, I am gonna wrap all my connections with Tessa tape. That seems it's gonna be the way to absorb some of this vibration that's breaking everything. Get him untangled. There's a lot of wire in this door though. But I mean, luckily I know what everything goes to. Even these two, just by the different connectors on them, I know what they go to. But all right, I'll be back. Got everything wired up in here. Now I might have to change the polarity depending upon how my switch in there. I don't want up to be down, down to be up, so I left that out. I got to put the door panel on and check this to make sure, just to make sure it's going to work. I even taped it up because, you know, I was saying the wires break right at the connector. So what I'm getting ready to do right here,
we're going to avoid the amp spark.
Is we're going to, he's worried about the amp spark. Ooh, look at that. That means that amplifier will not spark. These
must go to, are them hot?
I don't know. They might go to the car. Like I know that goes to a little 4-channel. But he's getting rid of all my amp sparky. I don't know why, but anyway, he's...
Yeah, I don't know where them go to.
One of them bad boys is going to go to the actual vehicle itself. And I know that since I hooked the alarm up, it's draining my battery bad, so...
That's probably why one of them's lit up.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to get this hooked up and see how my door works. Well, we got a door on. The popper works. The door is giving me trouble down here being too low. And we really had to drill out the hose a lot bigger to lift the door panel up. But it is up where it needs to be.
Where's the holder?
I got everything back on it. The mirror, the trim, everything. So at this point, it is done for now. I think I'm gonna go home and see if I have enough time to pull this door panel off and do a base head Sunday tomorrow, just fixing this stuff and reinforcing this. Yeah, however it needs to be reinforced. I do still have to put my little strap on that side, but right now I'm just happy with it because of how it closes and everything. It really, behind the scenes, it took me and Billy a long time to get that door panel to fit on there and not rub the door. And then I had to go in and adjust the door popper and everything. But right now it looks good. It looks lined up pretty dang good. I did notice one bad spot in the door right here. And it's rusted, so I didn't do that. But once you Raptor line it, you'll never see it. And hell, we don't know how long this door is gonna last. It is adjusted in a little far still, I think, but I like where it's at. But all of this clears good. like all the steel reinforcement on there is clearing. The door's closing and it's pretty solid. So for that, I'm happy with it. That's the boss lady. She tells us, she comes in here and runs it. That's the boss right there. He's the boss, but I think she'll tell him what to do, so it makes her the boss by default. But anyway, I'm in their garage. The Jeep's been in here a week. So today we'll get it out of here. All right, guys, I'll be back. So I'm home. There's Can't Get Right with Jangalang. And it's red door goodness. I'll get it one of these days. But I mean, don't be surprised if you see this thing at a show and it's got a red door on it. Because this red door be working. I got my door lock in it. It's got a new mirror on it. Well, new to me anyway, with a leaf in there. We got to get that thing out. Ain't had no damn leaf in my new mirror. Guys, this thing was squirrely as shit riding it home. I didn't realize it got this bad at Ruckus. And I got my floor mats out, and I can tell I need to add another coat of that stuff, but look at this shit. Yeah. I didn't realize that it had gotten that bad. So it is what it is. So we plan on doing Basehead Sunday, and the project will be, for me anyway, will be this panel. I'm gonna fix it and reinforce a lot of it. I gotta pull everything out. I'm gonna shave the tweeters because we don't need that bullshit in here. So yeah, I'm gonna pull all these speakers out real quick and get this door panel off of here. I don't know if I'll do it today, but I gotta put this on that door. It's already 2 o'clock in the evening, which I did get that shit done pretty quick. And it don't look bad, shaving them tweeters out. What I plan is my buddy Zach's gonna make me a JAL logo that I'm just gonna glue right there on each side. So it's the best thing I could think of. But I did play it a little bit on the way home, and that door has literally almost no flex in it. But it wasn't like I was pulled over, parked, and damn, what is shit looking janky up in here. There we go, it's better. But anyway, it is what it is, guys. So let me go ahead and pull this shit apart. So I got this all unhooked. Yeah, I already put the panel in the wife's car. I noticed I'm broke here and there. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna Vibr Flex this door here because it's not as imperative as the other door. Theoretically, I can take this one out. This one here. Come here, I found out that down there, that's my wire that allows me to use the factory door lock in the door. So I think while I have it apart, I'm gonna go ahead and tape everything up, like tape the outside into like here and jam this the way that one's done with the teal. And it won't be a lot of work, I don't think. I was sitting here looking at it and it don't look like it's gonna be much at all. So yeah, I'll probably do that while I have it all apart. But anyway, guys, so you know me. I'm a little 615 car that tries to demo with the big dogs. I try to give as good a demo as they do. Does it work? Probably not. I can't compete with big shit like Diego, who's probably the windiest, nastiest demo guy out there. There's another build, Diablo. I can't compete with that just because, you know, like Diego's got 12-18s. The Diablo's got 16-12. Even my buddy Billy is like more of a demo monster than me with this thing with 615s. But I try to hit y'all with them lows. So it is what it is, guys. And I want to keep this a driver. Like, honestly, I could probably bolt the passenger door shut and demo out the driver's side and extreme the cabin and be up there with some of the big guys, but it ain't going to happen. I like being able to drive this thing just way too much. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. All Only thing I need to hook up in the driver door still is the power door lock thing for the alarm. Billy didn't have all the ends I needed to plug all that up, so I need to do that. But right now I got one door panel on that's empty, another door panel that's off. So no, Jeep ain't going nowhere for a hot minute. Definitely ain't going nowhere till I fix the steering column. So I got to tear into that soon before I really want to drive it, because it was kind of sketchy driving it home like that. So it is what it is. I need to fix that and get everything in the doors back together, and then it'll be ready to play. Guys, my birthday's the 9th, and that's in like 7 days, a week. I think my birthday's actually next Saturday. So keep that in mind. Y'all know my Cash App, right? It's $Jerry Ain't Loud. Hell, at least throw me some coffee money. Y'all know I like my morning coffee. But anyway, other than that, I'll be back for Basehead Sunday. So I will see y'all then. Yeah, I'm back a little bit Saturday evening. I'm Vibr Flexing the inside of this door. So I was bored and I had time. I mean, it's no big deal. I was just out here doing it. I found this. Like, I literally opened the door a minute ago and this came out. And I need that. I really do. So the only thing I can think of is to weld another piece of steel right there and put this in it. Or a big washer. Just something. I don't know, but I got to fix that. Like, that's one of my vital points. So it is what it is. And I really need to go over a lot of this here with some Vibr Flex. Like, pull this shit off. This is just Apex Audio deadener. It's that butyl bullshit like Kill Matter. It ain't no different than Kill Mat. Just bullshit deadener. It works fine in a little car that has a 10 or 2 or a 12 and you're wanting to stop some rattle. But if you're wanting your shit to be like brick, you know, then you need Vibr Flex, because Vibr Flex ain't no damn joke, guys. It ain't like this shit. This shit stays soft. When it's Vibr Flex, when you heat it with a torch and then it cools down, it's kind of like asphalt. It gets hard as a rock. And that's what you want, because your shit ain't gonna be I don't know, it's hard to explain. People think all deadeners the same, but if you've used this shit, like, it just gets hard as a rock. Where this shit's always gonna stay like this. It's never, and when it gets, the warmer it gets, the worse it gets. Yeah, it'll stop a panel from vibrating a little bit. But if you want to stop shit from breaking, then you need to get Vibr Flex. Or, it ain't even, what I'm using is the sundown version of Vibr Flex. It's just their 160 mil deadener. Shit's awesome. So I'm here at Dustin's shop by myself. Well, I got Deb with me. But yeah, you see this crack here? I'm gonna go in and reinforce this whole door panel again. It is what it is. I need to fix it. This is the passenger side. It don't take near the abuse because of, because I demo with this window down on this door. So I brought my fiberglass and stuff. Nolan was supposed to come down today, but Nolan's been working on the Scion. And he said he stayed up to 3 a.m. working on the Scion. So he ain't making it. So I guess Dustin's going to show. If not, it'll just be me and Deb. But anyway, I need to do this, and it's raining outside. So I did text Billy and see if he wanted to come hang out for a little bit. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from him. Otherwise, it'll just be me and Deb and this door panel. So let me, I got to cut a hole here. I got to cut a hole in here to get to that area to reinforce it really good. So I'm gonna start on that. That seems like a really good place to start would be right there. Little wood pieces in here that I had cut the other day to block that bullshit ass tweeters off. Just like I did the other one. This is Bondo with a little fiberglass in it. And I've kind of put it on this one across the crack. I didn't do that on my other one, but I kind of did it on this one. So hopefully I'll get a half-ass flat surface here when I sand this down. I'm just waiting on this to kind of harden up so I can flip this thing over and start fiberglassing from the back. I took my button out, it's laying over there. I mean, this door panel ain't nearly as bad as the driver's side was, so main thing I was doing is fixing this crack, reinforcing it really, really good from the back, and getting the tweeters out of here. So hopefully, I got the paint and everything to repaint it. So hopefully next time you get a demo, I'll have nicer door panels. And I was saying in I think yesterday's clip, my buddy Zachary's gonna make me a JAL logo to go right across here. But hell, as far back as these tweeters were in the door, you know, your hip stomach area was right here anyway. You don't hear that shit. And with these horns, who needs tweeters when you got horns? Okay, so I never pronounce this word right. Phonic, oh, whatever. I run them diaphragms because they play from 500 hertz up. And you get a more rich vocal range to me. But I got a plan, and me and Dustin had talked about this. If it don't play high enough, I have the titanium diaphragms that came in my tweeters, and they play like 1,500 or 2,000 hertz up. So I can have, since I lost the tweeters, I got them channels of the amplifiers. So I could have one that plays 500 hertz up and the other one that plays higher. So I just separate my two horns and it's like problem solved. But I think with the A pillars, I don't need that shit. I think the mids, the horns, and the A pillars will give you enough feel, enough tweet. But anyway, let's flip around here. Look at these things. Now, Dustin has shared videos of these playing on his TikTok and his social media. We backed the old black Jeep in here the other day, and I unhooked my doors. And, you know, we hooked up the mids to channels and the tweeters to their own channels. And we gave these things a ton of the power that my little VFL 250x4 makes, which it probably don't make 250x4, but we were well over 100 watts on the mids. Had the tweeters turned down to the right level of fill-in. But these things sounded great. I mean, they were filling up this whole shop. It was a mini stunt wall, but they look good and they sound good. These are the DS18 3.5s, and there were some cheap soft dome tweeters. Guys, I'm telling you, Dustin was wanting to put some of the bigger bullet tweeters in there, and I talked him into going with a soft dome. And really, he's happy he went with the soft dome because they're not overpower ear piercing. The soft dome tweeters have a smoother roll off that ain't real tinny sounding. So that's just some advice for y'all. If you're going to do like tweeters on an A pillar or wherever, I think soft domes are better. Just me, I like the sound of a soft dome versus the bullet because they're not overpowering. They're just the good feel you want from a tweeter. But anyway, back to this door. Yeah, right here, I'm just waiting on shit to dry. So, I got this filled in the back. This shit's thick. I got it in there thick. I poured 2 cups in and just started with the whole adding the chop mat and woven mat to it. But I covered that whole tweeter ring. Give you an idea how thick the bond or the fiberglass in here is that tweeter ring's like a piece of 1/2 inch. And from the fiberglass, it's like almost level with it. So it's just the fiberglass I get, even though I add a shit ton of this catalyst to it, it takes a long time for it to fully cure. That's the only problem I have with it. Other than that, it's all good. But I think we're good in this area now. So nothing really for me to try. What the hell? I mean, whatever. So yeah, I think we're good on that. I'm gonna just let it sit a little longer to make sure Like if I do like this, it ain't really gonna run. And then we'll be golden. But Dustin finally did show up. and I don't know, he could have, well, Bobby Yeg ain't driving yet, is it? He still ain't got Bobby Yeg all the way back together, but badass A-pillars for it. Progress little by little. I went in and screwed my little standoff pieces like them to this, because on my other one, they had actually popped loose. But I just had them brad nailed to hold the fiberglass in place or the fleece in place, the rings, while I fleeced it. But now it actually does help with support because of the way this thing's destroying everything. I got this sanded down about as much as I'm gonna do it. Because y'all know me, I'm gonna hit it with some of that old Flex stone and give it a new paint job. But yeah, you can tell where it had drug on my trim piece. That's because my door on that side drops down. My bushings are pretty wore out on the pins, but that's a problem for another day. Anyway, I got this done pretty much. It really just kind of needs to sit in the fiberglass fully cure, which right now the fiberglass is hot. Like you can barely touch it, it's so hot. So that means it's curing up. That's the only place I really need to reinforce this one. And it was kind of going the same place the other one was. Down from the top here down and around this way. So what I did is I CA glued it and put activator on it. CA glued these in and then fiberglass Bondo. Sanded all that down and then went on the back side. So guys, if you build door panels, don't do like me. From the rip, triple reinforce all this shit. Put way more in it than you think you need. And like I said, this is the passenger door. It don't get nearly as much abuse, but it does get some, because when I sit in the Jeep by myself and film videos of me hair tricking and beard tricking, making stupid facial expressions, the passenger door does get the abuse then. So at some point, it'll probably break it. It just ain't going to break nearly as quick as the driver did, because like at Ruckus, it was hours on end of that window being up and me demoing. And that took it out. So, yeah. That's why I really, me and Dustin did all the work to the driver door. So, now I got to fix my steering column. Tomorrow, I'm going to do that. And it's going to be one of two things happen. I'm going to tear it apart, and them 3 bolts in there that I put the red Loctite on are out. And I fix it, and then I go on the search for a GM style, that's what it is, steering column that is non-tilt. Or it's going to be badly screwed up in there, and I'm going to have to hunt for a new steering column. So it's going to be one of them two things. That's all it can be. So really, I'm hoping that I can fix that one till I find a new column. But at this point, I don't know. So, but anyway, there's some shows we want to hit maybe in January, February. I know for sure we got one in March. So I'm a hustle getting that shit done. And Nolan's supposed to bring the Scion so we can build the wall and knit. But yeah, I got shit to do other than that too. I got to do a little work on the Blazer. We got to get Baba Yaga show ready. And then we got to get, shit, what is it? We got to get a Rogue. The DB drive set up in the Rogue. We got to get that done too. So winter's going to be kind of full. But it is what it is, guys. Come on. It's so hot right here. I'm just waiting on this shit to cure.
Without having to wash them.
Fucking Bruce and Samantha done showed up.
No, Samantha.
Like, we didn't have much Basehead Sunday here, but... And Bruce ain't selling his Jeep now. He listed it for sale a while back, but now he decided he done got to keep it, so...
You're not allowed to.
Because she said, hell no, you ain't getting rid of the motherfucking
You
Jeep.
ain't allowed to. I can put the damn thing in my name.
Hey, these A-pillars look good, though.
The A-pillars do look really good. But that's like, this is the highlight of Basehead Sunday. Not much happened. And we're back home. Basehead Sunday wasn't that great. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get this video finished up. And tomorrow, tear into that steering column and see how bad everything is, and then we'll go from there. But on the other hand, this, we decided to get rid of it. So last time we talked about getting rid of it, Deb changed her mind. But this time, she's 100% sure. And the reason being, even though we've done a ton of work to it, I put new wheels and tires on it. Like brand new tires. Got the heat working, new fuel pump. It's got a bunch of new shit. I rebuilt the spider injection and everything on it. 2 alternators, new alt bracket. But she wants something bigger. She's 415s and she wants to do like 8. So it is for sale. If you're interested, it is lowered and everything. So it drives like a lowered vehicle. Actually, I think it drives really good, but it's kind of rough on bumps in the back. I never trimmed the bump stops, so it's only sitting like a 1/2 inch from the bump stops in the back. Body on it's fair. We would be interested maybe in a Tahoe. Just something bigger than this. But she kind of wants something 2-wheel drive, because if she gets like a Tahoe or something, we don't care if it's a 4-door, but we want 2-wheel drive so we can lower it. So if you're interested in a Blazer, let me know. The enclosure, everything, that thing's nasty now. Like, we've done a lot of work to it, so. And now you are sure you're wanting to sell this thing, right?
For the right amount, yeah.
But yeah, I told him you want something bigger. But no, I got the thing running great. Redid all the port work in there, so now the thing's nasty. What it's gonna come with: no in-dash, no subwoofers, no amplifiers. It will come with 2 alternators.
All the wire.
The wiring that's run through there, because obviously I can't pull that out. I'll put an AGM battery in the back. It don't come with a C-Max. We're basically taking C-Max, subs, amplifiers, and head unit. The door speakers, doors are built, everything. And if you haven't seen this before, I'll show you what the doors in it look like. Oh, I got to do it this way. A-pillars, obviously they'll go with it. The dash, it's done pretty nice. The enclosure needs a little bit of paint, but yeah. Oh, wrong hand. So if you're interested, you can hit me up for the price. For some reason I can't shut the door. Oh, there we go. I shut it too hard. It don't want to slam. Yeah, hit me up for price on it. And if you have a vehicle that we would be interested in trading, we will probably need boot, because the Blazer, like I said, I got everything running great on that thing with the new fuel pump, new O2 sensors. I think I replaced every sensor on it I could. I've been in the transmission before because it wanted to shift erratically. I put every new solenoid in that transmission, so that thing is like shifting great now. But, you know, if I was to build that enclosure in another vehicle, I would probably charge you like $4 grand. So that's why I'd probably need some boot if you're wanting to trade me a vehicle, because we're selling that for enough that I can recoup some of the enclosure money, because I got to build a whole nother enclosure. Don't want to, but I got to. Yeah. And I got to buy more subs. We're going to keep her on the same power, the 4.8Ks. So we're just going to try to get her a vehicle that I can put 6 or 8 15s in. So anyway, I figured I'd share that with y'all. And don't forget, I said it yesterday. I said, it's my birthday month. Buy me coffee or something. You know what would be even better? Subscribe to my Patreon. Yeah. And I appreciate the Patreon guys. I know I can't do it with all the people that subscribe to my YouTube. that are YouTube members. I wish I could, but I've been helping a lot of people with enclosure stuff over Patreon. Like, I've spent a lot of time with some of the guys, you know, that are on Patreon that are basically having me help design their enclosure. And I don't mind, you know, whenever I'm free, I can look at the phone, see your message, and I get back to you. But I just appreciate y'all following me anyway. It's almost the end of the year, so I've done a lot of growing this year on here. I'm almost at 14K, which don't sound like a lot, but man, it's a lot harder to do YouTube than other social media to get subscribers. But I appreciate y'all, I really do. Oh yeah, I'm back on this. Temu coils. Cheap as shit. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap this video up. I said we didn't have a good Basehead Sunday. It was good. I did some work. It just wasn't as busy as I was hoping it was going to be. Bruce did come by and bullshit with us for a minute. And Nolan is going to come down next Sunday for Basehead Sunday. And he's going to have all the info on the fried rice subs, so y'all can start getting them. The people, I've had a lot of people ask about them. He might even be bringing some, I'm not sure. And he's got a new amp line for me to try out in Julian. So that'll be fun. I think I'm going to take Julian there because it ain't got no amp on the subs in it, and put amps in next Sunday. So that'll be kind of cool. Anyway, that's going to be it, guys. So, as always, damn, there's a lot of loud ass. That was a crotch rocket. Yeah. Anyway, peace out, and as always, bass on.